Daybreak with Jeff and Dale.
It's Daybreak with Jeff and Dale on KMAS News Radio. Join the guys as they talk with neighbors, newsmakers, and each other, getting your day off to the absolute best possible start in the history of mornings. Connect with Jeff and Dale through the KMAS listener line, by email or Facebook. Now, from the capital of the great state of Washington, Daybreak with Jeff and Dale.
For Bastille Day, you are old.
In 17, whenever it was. Goodness. All right, good morning to you. Daybreak, Jeff and Dale. Today's Tuesday, July 14th. Wednesday, July 15th brings us the start of another fun couple days in downtown Olympia, known as Capital LakeFair. Bob Terhune's in studio with us right now. Morning, Bob.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome.
Great to be here.
It's great to have you with us. And so, in our little chat here before we went on the air, you've been involved with Lakefair for a while, huh?
Yes, about 40 years. Started in 1975, back when I was 2 years old.
Oh, me too.
They let kids work
too.
that young.
Bob Terhune, and you are the military liaison coordinator. And tell us, first of all, a little bit of background on this USS Olympia submarine that is, I understand, stationed in Pearl Harbor.
Yes, well, the USS Olympia is actually one of two ships that bear the name of the city of Olympia. The first one was the old cruiser, which was the flagship of Admiral Dewey during the Spanish-American War.
Wow.
And participated in the Battle of Manila Bay, where Admiral Dewey said, "You may fire when ready, Gridley." And, of course, the submarine Olympia had a support group in the city of Olympia and the Olympia Chamber of Commerce back in 1983-84 before it was commissioned. And I was one of those committee members and went back to the commissioning in Norfolk, Virginia in November of 1984. Along with a group of about 25 other folks from the city of Olympia. And we've been following the boat and supporting it ever since.
Wow, very exciting.
That's cool.
We've got 4 crew members from the USS Olympia that are in town for Lakefair celebration this year.
That's right. The captain of the Olympia is Commander Tom Shugart, and the chief of the boat is Master Chief Roland Midgett, along with the Sailor of the Year and the Junior Officer of the Year. Sailor of the Year is Kyle Hulett, and the Junior Officer of the Year is Lieutenant JG Zachary Copes.
Now, what will those crew members be doing during the 4 days of Lakefair?
Well, they're going to be visiting the state capitol, meeting with some state officials, and they'll also be going over to the governor's mansion to view the sterling silver service that's on display in the governor's mansion. They'll be visiting the mayor and city manager at the city hall in Olympia, and also taking a tour of the port of Olympia, and a number of Capital Lakefair events that are being held down on Capital Lake.
Yeah, not the least of which is the parade. I'm sure they're going to be in the parade, correct?
Yes, they certainly will.
Oh, that's very exciting stuff. For those who are uninitiated, maybe a little backdrop about Lakefair, its purpose, and its celebration, and what it's all about. Some of the highlights, maybe.
Well, this is the 58th annual Capital Lakefair. It's a summer festival organized by an all-volunteer group of citizens of the greater Olympia, Lacey Tumwater capital city area. And the local festival this year is, of course, starting tomorrow, July 15th, through Sunday, July 19th. The majority of the festival is held along the shores of Capital Lake at Heritage Park, which is on the corner of 5th Avenue and Water Street in downtown Olympia. And, of course, during the year, Capital Lake volunteers participate in 17 out-of-town festivals and parades, ranging from the Tacoma Puyallup Valley Daffodil Festival and the Wenatchee Apple Blossom Festival each spring, to local festivals and parades in Lacey and Tumwater. And at the end of the year, we have our presence at the Astoria Regatta and the Leavenworth Autumn Leaf Festival and the Olympia Christmas Parade in right after Thanksgiving.
And was the Lakefair float in our Forest Festival parade here in Shelton in June?
Boy, I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I know that it's been in the years past.
It has been represented in years past.
I'm sure it was here.
Bob, of course, the big parade is Saturday, and Saturday morning is the Lakefair Run. There's a carnival in town all this week for the kids and all that stuff, and food booths and vendors and real carnival-type atmosphere right along the shores of Capital Lake. What time is the parade on Saturday?
Saturday at 5 p.m. The parade marches off, and usually they have a pre-parade of some sort, whether it's a marching unit or the Tenino motorcycle drill team.
Yeah, they're famous. Yeah, exactly.
Fireworks, Sunday night, dusk, 10-ish, probably?
Yeah, about 10 o'clock is the what we call the grand finale fireworks.
So 40 years you said you've been doing this about?
Yes.
What's your favorite food booth during the fair?
You know, I like the St. Martin's University
they do
hamburgers and curly fries.
That's where we always go to get our curly fries, because they're the brick. I mean, they give you it's almost like the whole fry tin that they're frying these things in.
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
Part of the skin left on, too.
Oh, yeah. That's how they're good. There's some great food for Lakefair.
All right,
it's
very good.
A lot of fun.
Any tips for folks who are heading to Lakefair? And my first thought is Olympia, and it's downtown, it's congested. What about parking, or maybe some metro, some bus service or something where people could do a park and ride and get into town and out of town relatively unscathed? How's that work out?
Well, we have the Intercity Transit has Dash service, which is free, and you can park down in the parking lot near the Olympia Farmers Market down on the north end of Capitol Way. And, on Saturday, parking meters do not operate at Lakefair or in the city of Olympia, so you can park anywhere, even though there's a meter there, on Saturday and Sunday. And so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, after 5 p.m., the meters don't work, so you don't have to pay then either. Yeah. But I never have a problem finding a place to park.
Okay,
I just tend to, when I get there, I'll start driving around, and I kind of do the ever larger circle around the block.
Yeah. So it doesn't become a big issue then.
Not to me.
That's good.
Businesses with parking lots that are not open on the weekends, where bank parking lots, kind of near the library. There's a lot of bank or financial places with parking lots, and I've parked there in the past.
Yeah.
It's it's nothing for a walk.
Yeah, the parade, it starts up above the state capitol at about 20th and Capitol Way, and you'll see people out on their front porches having a picnic, having their friends over. It's really a fun time. And, of course, down in the business district of Capitol Way and Fifth Avenue, you have people who stake out their spot along.
I was going to ask you, have you seen chairs already set up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're ready to go.
It is a big, big event. You are absolutely right about that. And what did you say, 58th year?
This is the 58th year, yes.
My goodness.
And I should note that our Grand Marshal, Bob Terhune, is one of the original founders of Capital LakeFair, and he's just a great guy. He comes to all the meetings. He's a local businessman, and he's just a wonderful person.
Oh, and it looks like the car show is back.
Yes, the car show's on Friday evening. They have registration about 4:30, and I think the car show is from 5:30 to 9:30 or something.
Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Taking place at Marathon Park.
Marathon Park is along Deschutes Parkway, which is on the west side of Capitol Lake, which is kind of across the lake from Heritage Park, where the Lake Fair takes place.
Yeah, in and around, a lot of foot traffic over the bridge right there too.
Yeah,
but that's a very exciting time. Very good, positive buzz around town there. All these next 4 or 5 days, that's for sure. And so it should be a lot of fun. And it sounds as though the weather's going to cooperate. Any big stories that you can share with us over these many years you've been involved with Lake Fair that stand out to you? Weird weather or weird happenings at the parade or strange events or anything like that?
Well, we've generally enjoyed really nice weather during Capital Lake Fair, like we will have this year. 8 years ago, we had our 50th anniversary, and unfortunately, that time it rained just about every day.
Man.
But we still had fun.
Sure, absolutely. It didn't dampen the spirit.
That's right.
That's the main thing about it. It's 58th Capital LakeFair. Any other parting shots here, Bob, before we turn you loose?
No, I think I've said just about everything. I could give you more trivia, but I don't think that's necessary.
Would you come back and give us trivia some other time?
Absolutely.
You're a very knowledgeable man about a lot of nice, fascinating topics here, and we just had a brief meeting, but we'd like to have you back again sometime if you don't mind.
I'd be happy to.
All right, Bob Terhune, the coordinator for the USS Olympia crew that are here, 4 of the members of the submarine stationed in Pearl Harbor, going to be featured all this week during Lake Fair. Look for them, wave to them, welcome them to Olympia in the South Sound. Bob, thanks for your time today.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, 8:21 on Daybreak with Jeff and Dale. We'll be back right after these messages.